Sometimes the biggest races aren't the ones you run, they're the ones taken away from you. And today, we're not just talking about performance, we're talking about controversy, composure, and what you do when things don't go your way. Because in this sport, you don't just get tested physically, you get tested mentally. And today, I've got Shaka, someone who experienced that at the highest level. Shaka, salutations, and welcome in, my guy. Welcome
Thank
to
you
the
for
Awesome
having me.
Podcast. You're welcome, bro. So we're gonna talk about the build up and everything that was set. Take me back to that moment. You finished states, everything was lined up. What events were you supposed to run?
Before states, actually, I had my regional meet, which was SMAAs, or like Southwesterns. And during that meet, something also happened. It was basically I just finished triple jumping, and I made finals. It was an eight-man final. I jumped 42 feet, and when I had gotten to the podium, I wanted to collect my medals because I knew I had placed because I just normally place in triple, and I was I was told by this guy like, "Oh, your name's not in the list." As he was calling the names, I was like, "Hold on, bro. I dropped 42. How am I not in the finalists?" And it was an eight-man final. He's like, "No, you got 10th." I was like, "But I jumped in an eight-man final." He's like, "Nah, that's not my problem." So I was like, "Something's up." And then my coach was like, came in. So what turned out was that the guy who puts in the numbers, it was an old dude. He put in 4 feet instead of 42 feet. And I was just thinking, how could I jump 4 feet in triple jump from a 36-foot board, which doesn't make sense. And that's not the like that didn't get me mad. But what got me mad is when I was like trying to talk with the guy. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I placed. You saw me jump in the final. I was like pushed out of the way. I was like being pushed out of the way. It was like, oh no, you didn't place. These are the finalists. Da, 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 da. At the end of the day, we just figured things out, and the guy who had gotten fourth place actually got his medal taken away, and I've gotten it instead of him. Although we were friends, and I had talked with him. I was like, I'm sorry that this happened to you. I didn't want it to happen to anyone, because I don't want anyone's medal being taken away. But it's just a mistake, and it is what it is. But yeah.
Okay, when that first seed list dropped and you saw your name, what was going through your mind?
Okay, so that was at States, following up what had just occurred. The first seed list dropped and I saw my name. I was doing the 55 hurdles and triple jump at the state meet. First seed list dropped on my split. Everything was all set. Prior to that, weeks before, I've been practicing the 55 hurdles. Haven't really practiced any jumping because I didn't really need to. My full focus was on the hurdles. And when they dropped the second seed list, my name was taken off suddenly, and it was over break, so everyone was on vacation. The coaches have contacted me. They're like, "Oh, your name's off the seed list. We're gonna try contact the officials, higher ups, everyone who's involved, so we could get you back because this seems like a mistake." Going on to the state meet, the day of the state meet, we're still talking about it. They're like, "You'll be all right. We'll figure it out." I'm pretty sure it's just a silly mistake. And I go into the state meet. They talk with the officials, higher ups. They're like, we just can't simply add him because his name was not on the seed list. And what had happened was that they didn't really give me like a certain reason. They just said we can't add you because if we add you, it's going to be an unfair advantage for the people who's already in there. And it was kind of weird because there's some people out there running 10 seconds over literally 5 hurdles, and and I was running 8.39 seconds over those hurdles. So how are they at states, but I'm not at states? So that kind of just like confused me, like what unfair advantage? So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so was it something you've been building up towards all season or your whole career?
The hurdles or just like states in general?
Yeah, that meet. Was it like something you've been working up towards all like your high school career, or you was just working towards it that season?
I
And
mean,
did you feel like you were going to be at your peak in that meet? Like you were in like great fitness, and like what would you feel like?
Yeah, I felt like I could definitely place because it was a strong set of hurdlers in that meet, and I feel like I was a part of them. And me not just being there just felt kind of weird and off, especially like the way that I've been taken off without no explanation or nothing. And it was definitely like kind of building up into the season because my junior year at States, I had a hip injury while doing run throughs for the 55 hurdles, and that was kind of like the goal for this senior season of indoors to place at States in the 55 hurdles, and everything just kind of went away after like me just being taken off randomly.
Okay, okay. And so once you like started getting no answers and your coach started making calls trying to figure it out, what was that whole process like? Um,
So we got to the meet, and there we have three coaches. So two of them were on a bus, and then the other coach, she was at the meet. She's been there since 6 in the morning. She said, trying to figure things out. Although
dang,
the meet was at like 12 p.m. and she's been there since 6 a.m. trying to figure things out on why this happened. Da, 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 da. So 12 comes around, we end up arriving at the indoor facility. All the coaches gather and talk. They have a coaches meeting, and then the officials at the end just simply say, "No, we can't add him because it's going to be unfair advantage."
see, okay, do you think they knew they were wrong?
The coaches or
Or
the officials?
the people, officials that did that? Like, there's no way, like really?
I'm I'm pretty sure they know they're wrong because when the first seed list dropped, my name was on there. I was guaranteed to go and run lineup, but they just added random people who are running like lower times than me. And I feel like they just personally didn't want to admit it, but
Dang. So you were taken off without reason, and you ran 8:39, sixth in the state at that time. Knowing that and seeing people that were in the race and they ran slower times than you, like 10 seconds over the 55 hurdles. How did you process that mentally?
I mean, I just looked at it as like kind of like it was sad at first, but then I was like, it is what it is. Some things we just have to move on from because I didn't really want that part of the race, the 55-meter hurdles, to affect me mentally for a triple jump, which was my upcoming event. So I kind of just shrugged it off. It was a bit sad at that time, but it was just like, I just got to move on from this now and focus on my next event.
Okay, that's good though. You were able to just shrug it off and not let that affect you because most people would not be able to just let that slide. And that's actually really mature of you to do that. Um, but if you were in that race, how do you think you would have done?
Ooh, I feel like I would have definitely cooked up because they ran really fast times during that race. A lot of records were broken, and I feel like just having that competition like next to me would have definitely been beneficial on my end, just either a PR or a school record.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the pivot. When you told me through DMs something about short-term memory. You didn't let it break you. You talked about having a short-term memory. What does that mean to you as an athlete?
Yeah, for me, it means to just disregard things and just flip over to the next page. I mean, you can be sad about something one for like at least one day, and then after that, you just gotta move on. Because for me, I feel like if you're a person who's stuck in the past that can't be changed, you're gonna be stuck in there forever, and you're gonna be going into that loop of like what if, what if, what if, and it's gonna just be an unhealthy loop. So just moving on and focusing on new things would definitely just be the better option for you, especially
Okay.
as an athlete as well.
Do you think great athletes are defined more by how they respond or by what happens to them?
Ooh. You said by how to respond or
Yeah, do you think how they respond affects them or defines their greatness more than what happens to them? Like, yeah, yeah.
I definitely think it's how they respond because I feel like responses could either be negative or positive, and it kind of depends on how you take it. You could either respond to something in such a negative way that it could affect you. It could be like a bouncy ball where you hit it back and it hits you, or it could be just positive and you could just keep going.
Okay. And by the way, all this isn't necessarily that too far away, but indoor season is coming to an end. I think it's already ended actually. New Balance, all those indoor meets, nationals has already came. What are you looking forward to in the outdoor season? Is it like a redemption or like villain arc? What do you feel like?
Uh, I'm just looking, to perform my best this outdoor season. Because obviously it's my year, last year on high school track, and I'm just looking, to make the most out of it.
Okay, okay. And also you're not only a man of one talent, you do have some rants, you go on. Tell them about that. Tell them about that.
Yeah, so I do have another account where I post yap sessions, which
Yeah.
are basically just thoughts.
Best
uh,
content, by the way.
Appreciate it. Which are basically just kind of like thoughts or ideas or like questions that I ask myself, and I just make a video of me ranting about them. And I also do write. I do write poetry, which
Mm.
we'll be posting soon on that account. So
Bro, I
check.
gotta see that, bro. I gotta see that. I gotta see that. I got one quote from a poem that I wrote in like, I don't know, like 10th grade or something. It was like smiling in my interviews, but no one really knows my interviews.
That's a bar, not a quote.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talking about
Okay.
quotes, talking about quotes. I have your quote on my notes, bro.
No, wait, let me see. Let me
I
see,
do,
bro.
bro.
Which quote did I cook up, bro?
Hold on, I'm looking.
But yeah.
It's titled "Great," and then I said, and then this was what you said. Just because you're not great doesn't mean there's not greatness within you.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. Bro. Can't believe that, bro. I can't believe that. I can't wrap my mind around that.
Come
That's
on,
crazy.
bro.
I can't believe I made that. But nah, man. Um, so okay. Let me find another question here. Um, hmm. So has your definition of success changed after this? If another athlete goes through the exact situation, what would you tell them?
Ooh. I would tell them to just keep pushing forward and staying positive. Just having a positive mindset overall will be your biggest friend and your best friend no matter what. Because people really underestimate the power of like your mind. It's really larger than what you think it is. Whatever your mind tells you, your body's gonna follow. So if
That's
it's
true.
negative, you're gonna go downhill. If it's positive, you're just gonna go uphill or stay neutral, So
Yeah, yeah. Uh, there's a lot of stuff like that that happens. There's that one girl also that had something that happened to her. I think you were talking to me about it.
yeah,
Um,
the girl in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Okay, you want to talk about that real quick, or
Yeah, it's been a minute, so I'll try to remember to my best ability. But so she was lining up in the blocks, and there was the girl that was holding her blocks as well. And she got up to adjust her blocks, and then she kind of like just not pushed the girl, but she was like she did this, and the girl moved back, so she knew she had to adjust her blocks. And after she finished running the race, she hit a PR. She broke the school record, I'm pretty sure, and the state record, and that qualified her to New England's. So after they
hmm,
reviewed the footage, they're like, "Oh, you pushed her, and that was like unsportsmanship or something like that." And they took away everything from her, all the way from the title to the school record to her ticket to qualify to New England. And so yeah,
man, these people just have too much power sometimes. Like they don't even have
power.
like a valid way to verify if it's like a good call. Like they need to have some like voting system, low key, or like low key. They might have to like revoke some medals from like people that they just give it to that don't even like deserve it. It's like, really, bro? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Because people be trained all day for this. You don't know what people do. Like the training, like the blood, sweat, and tears that go into this. It's really like this is unacceptable.
yeah, and
But
it also like affects the athlete mentally because you've been grinding and working that hard just for you to run like a 6 or 7 second race, and you get everything taken from you, you're just gonna feel like, you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, man, it's really draining too. Cause yeah, Yep. But okay, I got a couple of questions, but before we get to that, I ask you one more question um about that. So we all know how important it is to have a great mind and to keep that consistently, even if things may have not gone your way. Have your mindset that you had to just um not necessarily turn the other cheek, but to just reset and then focus on what you can focus on. And lucky for you, you had two events, but um um how different would that day have been if you didn't have that mindset?
I think it would have been very, very down and sad on me because if I just didn't have that positive mindset, I think I would have just gave up easily and not have thought about track for this upcoming outdoor season. Because I mean, I did get sad during that day, and then I just woke up the next day and just moved on. But if I didn't really have that mindset, I would have been stuck in that moment of what if I was in a race? What if I performed well? What if they never took me? Which is, as I said, unhealthy. So yeah,
Yeah. And I feel like those things don't really happen in the south, in like the south. Like they only happen like the northeast states for some reason. Like Maine, New Hampshire. Like that
yeah,
never really happens in Texas. The officials over there are just corrupt, kind of. That's what it seems like, at least.
yeah. Because I feel like over there, track is a big sport and it's very yeah well taken care of. And over here, it's not as big. You got lacrosse, you got multiple stuff, and the officials are mostly here are just old people. They're most of them are also volunteers who genuinely don't even know what they're doing. Sometimes I jump and they ask me where do I measure it. I'm like, broski, come on. So
Bro,
it's like I land and I look back. She's like, where do I put the stick? I'm like,
that's
it's your
crazy.
job. So I feel like it's mostly old people here as officials and volunteers. So that just kind of makes it, a bit hard for the sport to just be as accurate and, you know, fair.
That's true. That's true. What are you most excited to look forward to? Is it collegiate running? Is it what's it called? Your outdoor season, or what are you looking forward to so far?
Kind of a bit of both. I'm excited for outdoor season because outdoor is just more freedom. I get to do one more event, which is the 300 hurdles. So I'm gonna be
Oh,
four events: the 110 hurdles, 300 hurdles, triple and long jump. So I'm excited for that. And on the other end, also collegiate running. I'm excited because I'll be running with my older brother as well.
oh, nice,
Yeah, we're gonna be in the same team. We both
interesting.
do hurdles and triple jump too, which is which is
Nah, wait. What's the age gap?
2 years.
Okay, so y'all not gonna be that far. You're not gonna be
Yeah,
that far.
I'll be a
Okay.
fresh. I'll be wait, is it 2 years? I'll be a freshman in college, and he's
Yep.
gonna be a junior.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. So we got like any statements you want to say, like any quotes, because I know you are like a pretty like creative person. You have poems and stuff. You have anything you want to say?
Uh, I have most of them on my phone, but
Okay.
let me just think of one. If I couldn't, I might just pull out my phone out.
All right, you good? You good? Cook up. In the meantime, I already know what question I want to ask you next, and then we're gonna get to the juicy signature question.
Did you see the question? Like, I'm excited for that. I might check my phone for from one of the previous poems that I wrote.
All right, all right. Low key, you could like send me the clip of you saying the quote, and I could just put it in after the podcast. Have it like as
Like an
like a little
old
like a little short term clip or form clip. Post it on TikTok or something. Couple
I got one.
seconds.
I got one. I got one. If
Okay,
you
perfect, perfect.
it's to whom much is given, much is expected.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. Okay. So, okay, what is one thing you want to be remembered for, or what do you want to be remembered as when you leave high school running? Like, what do you want your teammates to think of? The alumni, they're gonna be like, oh, Soccer, he's one of my favorite alumni at this, school. What do you want to be remembered as in high school, distance running, or not distance running, um, hurdling and jumping? Sorry.
Ah, that's a deep one, dude.
Yeah.
I would say I would want to be remembered as the the one who just like never gave up because we have a pretty small team and we don't score points. Being honest, we're always like that one school that's like unexpected to to do something big and
Underdog.
yeah, and everyone like does their own events individually. And with having a small team, it's like kind of a factor. Is like everyone's low key negative, but I just want to be remembered as like, okay, me staying positive and doing individual events while having a small school, just basically having fun all around, with my teammates and then just enjoying the sport in general.
Okay, okay, that's really good. That's really good. You know, um, when people hear your story, I'm pretty sure they will be inspired. Because a lot of people go through stuff like that, and then also, you're giving them something positive to look forward to because it's not the end of the world. If you have something go wrong, and I feel like running shouldn't be the only thing to your like identity. So it'll force you to find other things to draw happiness from, which is sort of healthy because if one thing falls down in your life, you should not be just you know you can't just collapse and just
Yeah.
fall down.
Going
But
back to the point, sorry, going back to
you're
the
good.
where you talked about not like making running your whole like basically personality or whatever. I
Yeah.
100,000% agree with that because that used to be me. And sometimes people say wanting it too bad is bad, but once running or like once running falls apart, you're gonna be lost. And I recommend people looking for something other than running. I'm not saying abandon it. I'm not saying leave it. I'm just saying steer yourself to another direction to something that you enjoy and you like doing other than running because personally think that running is temporary. Once my body gives out, khalas, bro.
Uh, yeah,
once
that's true, bro.
once my
You
body
only what are you
yeah,
gonna
go
say?
ahead.
No, I said you only got like 10, 15 years after high school, bro. Hey, your prime doesn't last forever. You can't, necessarily PR every race,
Yeah,
So it's like you gotta be balanced and you gotta have that obsession, but you also gotta have a backup. Plan A's work all the time, but unless you have like a crazy amount of money you're gonna draw from
yeah,
like 2 to 3 years of running your prime, or you become Usain Bolt or something, you gotta kind of have something else to think about. Because yeah, and also all these characters and personalities that you see in track, you see the running effect, you see Yassine Abdullah, you see everyone, they have more than one thing to their name. They're not just solely running, and if they are solely running, uh, you know they don't get that much. They don't have that much. What's it called? Character from themselves. They just have you know people that inflated. Usain Bolt. He didn't have like a YouTube channel that he uploaded a lot of stuff on. He did. He did actually. He uploaded a little bit, but like 2010, 2012, like when it was like Rio Olympics, he didn't really upload that much
mm,
about himself. So he had Puma did do all that. So what I'm trying to say is that unless you have like brand like Bandit, you know, they post Yassine stuff, or you have like Diodora like post Simeon stuff. You gotta have, you know, something to inflate your character. If not, wow, you run 11.3 in the 100, and then you're trying to only make track your only personality, and you don't have anything going on. Like, you gotta be realistic, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you just see a lot of these runners starting YouTube channels. Like I was watching a Jakob video like recently, and it's interesting to see like the behind the scenes and like all the other factors instead of just like him straight up running because he's been running since a youngin, and he
Yeah,
probably got bored and tired of it. So it's just very interesting to see, what goes on behind the scenes other than just straight up running.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Alhamdulillah, it was a good thing though. But outro statement. So I got to say, this wasn't just about a race. This was about being overlooked and being tested and still choosing gratitude. Because at the end of the day, the system might fail you, but your mindset, that's yours. Okay. Um, Final reality. Um, oh, I just said what I needed to say. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. We got the signature questions.
All right.
Let me ask you. Okay, so we got A or B, or you could choose both.
Let me choose both.
All
Let's go
right, bet,
crazy,
bet.
bro.
My last guest did that too. He did both. But I don't blame you. It's like the curiosity gets to you, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite childhood meal? And what is one piece of advice you'd give to the audience that goes beyond running and applies to life? That's A.
Okay. Wait, can you repeat A?
Okay. I'll ask you the first part of A. What's your favorite childhood meal?
Ooh, favorite childhood meal. Uh let's go traditional, dude. It has to be food.
It had to be what? Food?
Yeah, dude.
Wallahi, I low-key knew you were gonna say something like that, bro.
Because it's just like it's like the first thing I tasted when I think I spawned in, bro. It's like,
For real, bro. With like some pita bread, bro. That fresh pita bread,
Oh yeah.
bro. So good, bro. Okay, what's one piece of advice you would give to the audience that goes beyond running and applies to life?
Whew. Making me think, man.
Okay, yeah, it's only a couple of questions, bro. Just take your time, bro.
Okay. I would say I think I pretty much said this the whole interview is to have a positive mindset no matter what. Because mindset is a pretty big and huge thing in life in general. And it kind of decides whether you're going to succeed or not. And you're not going to act upon yourself without having a mindset, whether if it was positive or negative. If you're stuck in the middle, you're just going to stay in the middle. So just have a positive mindset.
Okay, that's good. That's good. If you could create your own ice cream flavor, what would it be and why? That's B.
Ice cream flavor?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You you want me to tell you mine first?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was thinking having gingerbread and white chocolate and vanilla mixed in one. Well, we have a little bit of gingerbread cookies dropped inside the middle. Like it'll be like, little bits.
That sounds like something Crumble would do.
Yeah, bro. They might steal it, bro. They might
I
steal
might
it.
steal it. They might, bro.
What are you gonna make yours? Fool? A
Nah, that's too much. That's too
little bit of date flavor?
Hey, date flavor doesn't sound too bad, though.
That actually doesn't sound too bad though.
Uh,
Okay.
I just forgot it. I don't know why.
Oh man, I sold, bro. I made you forget it.
I'm a okay. I'm a low key make a drink like a drink flavor
Hmm.
like Vimto.
You gotta remind me, bro.
It's like that. It's like that one red drink that only pops up in Ramadan.
Oh,
The
I
tall
think I
one,
know what you're talking about. I
tall
was
bottle,
thinking, what you said?
like the one with the tall bottle.
Wait. Yeah, yes, I know what you're talking about. I know
Yes,
what you're talking about.
it's like
Bro,
it's like red.
that would be gas. I was thinking about I thought you were gonna low key say the pomegranate syrup and you put that
Ah,
with some
nah.
all those Sudanese drink that, bro. All of them drink that, bro. But yeah, bro. It was a great having you on the podcast, Shakir. Great pleasure.
Thank
It's an
you.
honor.
You know, I really enjoyed it. This is my first time, so you know, y'all slow down on me.
Yes, sir, bro. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get all the, the great minds in the small communities, the little gems, and I'm trying to just gather them like the infinity stones and just, just make the podcast, It may not be the best right now, but at least it's there to exist. And then once we look back at it, it'll be vintage. It'll be like scientists digging up treasure when people die. It'll
It
be
will
like
be vintage, you know, and
something.
I'm glad you started this because a wise man once said, "Act upon your ideas, or someone else will." So,
Oh,
you know,
wait, I think I said that.
hey, you never know. I don't even know.
I literally screenshotted myself saying that, bro. I say act on your ideas, or if you don't act on your ideas, someone else will.
Oh wait, yes, yes, yes. And you
I
wanna know
posted
what's
out my
crazy?
notes.
You you wanna know what's crazy?
What?
The first video on like my yapping page, I said that
What?
like that first video.
Nah,
I said,
that's
"Act upon
crazy,
your ideas, or someone else will."
bro.
Actually,
It's
now
true,
that you reminded me, you're like, you're the quote master, bro. Come on now.
bro. For real, bro. I just be having, bro. I used to just be unemployed and just thinking about quotes all day. Just be just like thinking about that, writing all day, just creating, bro. With like some freaking TikTok edits in the background, just listening to like stuff. But nah, bro. Um, yeah, bro. Jazakallah khair. It's been a real pleasure having you on the podcast, and yeah, I'll try to get the other person on here. I gotta run to them in a little bit, but yeah,
Mm,
bro. Have a great day. I appreciate you coming on.
appreciate you. Thank you for having me, brother.
Yes, sir, brother.